Okay, guys and gals. Sorry about that. So we got our new hookup done. Didn't go as smooth as they led me to believe it would be, but it's done. So that's good. Anyway, just a quick side note. We're going to get into equities, but a quick side note to that. We have this play coming here in oil, 200 MA, coming up to price, and they should meet here. So that's high watch here. So you should be able to get a fairly decent bounce into tomorrow. Anyway, it's trading 2610, and I would expect to see it come down into here and meet the 200 MA, low 25s. But yet to be seen. We're going to get into equities because I think we covered everything else quite well today. Okay, so equity plays. Now this is going to take a bit. So we'll take our time, one step at a time. Okay, so the swing trading alerts platform. Dollar, we went through all of these. We went through silver, gold, etc. That's all your levels. American Express, big watch. So American Express is handling itself very much like the S&P. Oh, PSTI. We'll have to look at that. So one moment here, I just want to go back to PSTI quick. Can't remember if we had a model on this. So we have basic levels here for you. Look at the volume. It's a COVID play, of course. It's up 40%. Resistance comes in around 780. Well, exactly at 802, but very likely 780. Just going to review the news on it real quick. I want to check the short interest too, and any insider buying. It looks pretty prime. I might take a starter here. 16 million shares this week. It's trading 469. It's up into its, on a tighter time frame, it's up into its first resistance. But it definitely could see 8 pretty easy. Wonder if we could get it to come off. It's mid-range on the day. That's its 5 minutes. That's its daily. Then it's 5 minute. Anyway, I'll have that one on watch tomorrow morning. I just can't justify it now. It's gotten too far away on the date, on the intraday time frame on me. Maybe late in the day. PSTI. So I'm just setting an alert here to relook at it. I'll take a closer look end of day and in the morning. I sure like it into 8 though. Okay, American Express into its time cycle, coming out right into its first key resistance. Very technical. And its next here is at 112.47. So what we want to see is a pullback at least into the trading box at 83.71 and then a run up here. At least to the trading box, 104.93, 107.17, and then 112.47. So we're looking for longs, but we want the market to come off a little bit first. So it's American Express, AXP. Square. Of course, you know my thoughts and positioning on it. I want to take a look at it. So for us, this is basically a never-ending swing. So we're trading 52.11. You trim up here, 64 area, and buys down in here. Now the trajectory line is the important part. So we're hoping to see 41s, 42s, 43s for ads. We may not get it, anytime soon, but that's our target there, 72. Now, if it's uber bullish, into the same timing, you would see here 97, and that could happen. Anyway, we're extremely bullish on Square. Veritone VERI setup. Now, I know I'm repeating from the weekend, but we had a crazy day today, so I haven't had a lot of time to review stuff. So we're up 5% on it today. It's right up against this trading box. Resistance, the 200 MA, 373. You should get that. And then you could spike right through into 606. That's a serious setup. I just have to return the oil model to the monitor here. This model has to be cleaned up. Jen will have that done tonight. Takes a ton of RAM. Well, if nothing else, the internet's lightning fast. Doesn't mean we won't have fades though, because the internet itself is having a challenge, and click meeting. But we're as fast as we're ever going to get now, or anytime soon. Okay, so that's the epic model. So we're seeing that pressure. When those two meet, you'll see explosions. Okay, so VERI, HTZ. Up 20% today. Key resistance, 881, trading 612. And let's just take a closer look here. Yeah, that touch there was perfect, hey? But anyway, that first should hit, but that 20 MA should hit without even a challenge. That's an easy double. Beauty of a setup. And I hope that's going well for you. Yeah, if you haven't got into it yet, you may want to wait for the next pullback. That's HTZ. Twitter. Oil starting to collapse on the intraday. So you're right into resistance now. And then you should quite easily see this 31 once it works its way over the first leg. So that's, that's just like the markets. It's worked its way through the first easy area on the initial bounce. You see oil starting to collapse under this now. So there you go, Twitter. So 3065. So if you haven't got in it yet, same thing, you may want to wait for a pullback. This oil model is giving me difficulty here. Jen will have that new oil model out for tonight for you guys. Okay, it's Twitter, S&P, you know what we're doing there. Natural gas. All of these, you know what we're doing. Gold, silver, etc. BIIB. Just going through order flow for a second here. Okay, so BIIB basically flat on the day. So trading 310, 91, 92, right on this horizontal support. And see that trajectory line? As soon as you get close to that trajectory line, you should be firing long. If you like it bullish, that's the arrow line there. So if you get close to 285, there's your firing line into the targets. And that's BIIB. CRUS. Oil, the order flow, as it started to collapse there, it just hammered. We'll see if it continues to collapse. Anyway, CRUS, Cirrus Logic, 6697. So anytime you can get in here, now you might not get under that 6096 again, but ideally you want this. You want 44s if you can get them, even 50s. But I think you're going to be hard pressed to get less than 55 or even possibly 60. But this one is a little bit tricky. Anyway, that's your firing line with your targets. That's CRUS. NVIDIA, NVDA. $268.80. Your resistance is this trajectory line, but near term it's 292.04. It's trading 268.59, and it just couldn't be much more bullish. Now you can take this and you can bring this down if you want a little more detail. Yeah, it's hammering the quad wall here. So it's hard to say what's going to happen because you could come back to here. If you get 167s, man, that's a gift. But I don't think that's possible. You might get this though, 231s. But I don't think you get them. I think you're going to see a retest of these 293s quite easy. That's NVDA. WYNN. Oil's trading 2585. So WYNN did exactly what we thought it would do. If it does happen to get up over its previous support, which is now resistance, in around 74.50, then you're going to target up here, 142. But I think that might be a bit of a challenge anytime soon. Now, once there's a confirmation that resorts are going to open, if that ever happens, I'm sure it will, then that's your target. Baba? Now, if you don't know, we are long, and we're continuing in it. You have very strong resistance coming here at 207.32. It hit 201.45 today. So this first target could hit very early. Our expected is 224, and you might even get more here into 240s. Buys trigger along the trend line or the trajectory line. Pulls back, boom, pulls back, boom. Nice trade. Hertz, STNE. Oil's under pressure again. So we're long in this one, and same thing, trajectory line. Every time you get an opportunity, take it. It's on the other side of the time cycle now. We're just coming out of it, just in it kind of thing. And so first target's there, 27.62. Next target is in this area of 33.40. And then the final target's up in here, 39. So hopefully this one proves out. You might come back to here, 21.54 for buys. I don't think you're going to get back here. Zoom. Now Zoom is a little more complicated. We have not taken a position yet. Zoom is minus 6% on the day. Now the thing with Zoom is there's a time cycle here, right? April 17th week, 20th. This is a daily chart. So you might see pressure into there. But as you get near the hundreds, it starts to become a possible buy. Especially as you get into the 86s, 87s. So we're watching still. Nice setup. No matter what the media tells you. Bitcoin we've gone through. I'm going to try and drive as deep as I can here. With the available time I have. APO. I never did model, did I? You see how it's getting up into the 200 MA? We may go at it again and reshort it here soon. It's a beauty. But, with the markets getting happy, you got to be careful. So one step at a time. We'll see how it looks if it breaches the 200. So I'll just alarm that. That's APO. net. So every time you get into this area, you should be taking profit. And every time you get down into here, you should be buying. Now it did drop a fair bit down before, and this is where position sizing comes in. This is why you want to take, at least 3 entries, if not 10. Normally we do around 5. We dot plot, right? So we'll start buying again in here. I'll just alert it. But we were in down here. Just a phenomenal trade. That's net. See what Hasbro's up to. So we're almost into our next trim area. Like really, you might want to trim any time here today, but yeah, that's up to you. But you might want to take some trims. Nice trade, beauty. That was a nice long entry theme trade. Our entry was 67.69. Jets. Now this is way more risky, of course. Anything like this, of course, anything risky like that, small size, right? I got a lot of messages about this one, but we wanted to start our positioning. So 14.15 today. I'll model this out and get you a model on it. But your first resistance is obviously here on this fat finger at 1534 area. But really 1974 should be quite easy. And then the next should be into 2083 and then 2196. You should quite easily get into this pivot into 23. But we'll see. So the starter was at 1580. So we're almost back to our starter. We probably should have added a bit, but oh well. That's Jets, CALA. Oil's under pressure. So it's up 20% today. We're in this one long. You've got a time cycle coming here. Should quite easily hit 836. And you can see how it's coming into its time cycle. And then it might spike up into here, 1071. Or you may even get the next 1270 area. But here's our target. It's only 1060, so it's a double from where it's at right now. But nice bottoming. We shall see what we get out of it. I like it. So MA, WYNN, and Nike, those reversals that we had announced, well, we may as well look at them real quick. Kurt, I'm the most bullish of the bunch. Oil's at 25.72, by the way. So MasterCard is, you know, done a bang up reversal. As soon as it gets into this trajectory, watch out. But that was a great short. But your target here is 293.13, trading 272.52. We might end up firing on an oil trade here any second. So Nike, after a beautiful short, trading box resistance. $93.36 sure looks like it might hit. Anyway, very bullish. I'll clean up the model and get you another one on the update on my written report. What were we looking at? WYNN, Nike, MasterCard, okay. Walmart, I'm not interested in right now. Wave Life Sciences. It's falling apart with the 20 MA. The thing about this one is it should reverse, but we'll see. It's too bad. But I think you're going to see a reversal. Alibaba, Intel. There you go. Great trade. For some reason the chart didn't come up here. Oh, there it is. So you're right into resistance. So lots of caution. And your full target's 77. But you should be able to get up into this trend line here. So if you missed it, you got to wait for pullbacks now. Back into the bottom here and then go. APDN. This one's a wild trader. Subdued in the quad. Coming out the other side, it should either dump or go again. The last time it peaked up and then came back down. And these are big moves, actually. 336. you know, almost a double. I mean, that's nothing like this move. We nailed that one. Hit our target perfect. Anyway, point is, anytime you can start ads. It's just a matter of when it peaks next, and that's hard to say. But you should get a pop here. That's April 14th. And then halfway through the next cycle, and then in the full cycle again, just like this, halfway full. You know, so you just move it over, clone it, bring it over. I'll update the model for you guys. That's APDN. So that should almost be a no-brainer. I'm just gonna move this up here because I think I'm gonna take some entries. And I'm gonna look at some of these movers on the day. I'll try and go a little deeper historically when I do the report. But let's take a look at some of these movers because we have very little time left here. Okay, so the first one is SSL. And you can see that it's just a basing firing line right now, for lack of a better term. I'm just not interested in it right now. CAL, same thing. WES, same thing. In terms of I'm just not interested. G3 we've done really well with in the past. And I might look at it if it gets up over this resistance and build some support and get it to fire from 1196 into its first at 1183. I mean 1830. You should get that 1830 quite easily, but not yet. PSTI we looked at. Pays should be okay. This is a weekly, bounced off the 200. It's pretty clean. I like it. You got a fairly strong pivot area in here. Right there. I don't know, I like it. So that's definitely on watch. For sure. I'll probably take a position in that one here soon. I can almost guarantee it. That looks like a good trade. It's definitely okay, so PSTI pays IHRT. Yeah, that's a mess. TGI. Messy still. AKER. I'm looking for structure on wider, time frames because we do have so many plays we can take. We don't have to get too risky. So if I can find structure on a weekly, that's good. So anyway, JAN, maybe you'll get a double bottom bounce. MNK, you might get a bounce here. RM, same thing here. So you have a lot of these range plays on the go here. Same thing here. Double, triple, quadruple bottoms. KSS, that's iffy. THC, CPRI, EQP. So anyway, pays is probably my biggest interest there. On the ones that have come off on the day, Just not interested in any of those right now. And then in terms of alarms, KZR, NUAN, KZR. Nope, that's not what we want. We're not trading rice, although I have. So this is one of those plays that on both day trade and swing trade, you can get involved. It's coiling. You should get a run in that one soon. It's not right now. And anything else of interest we looked at? Okay, so I'll do up a report tonight. You all know where we are. I've got to watch oil into settlement. So what I'll do is I'll just stop the recorder.